Meet Muhammad Misbah, a 17-year-old plus one science student from Alapaya, driven by curiosity and a sense of wonder, with a dream of traveling the world and an ambition to become an astronaut. Misbah reflects a mindset inspired by exploration and discovery, supported by his parents Abdul Latif E and Shamna AK. He looks beyond boundaries, both on earth and beyond it. Through his talk, Miracles of Small Things, Misbah shares how small details and simple moments can lead to extraordinary understanding.
Children of Uganda had to travel miles just to get some water. Not clean water. In most of cases, it would be dirty. 6 years old Ryan's class teacher told about it in his class one day. Normally for a moment, just like us, the whole class felt sad for them. But Ryan's feeling for them didn't stop there. A small dream came into his mind to give the children of Uganda a well. He went to his home and asked his parents how much it would cost to build a well. At first, he learned that it would cost $70 to build that. He decided to earn that money. For that, he did some small jobs like doing chores, washing windows, helping his neighbors, etc. Little things, small actions, but they all added up. Finally, he reached $70, but just for learning something more heartbreaking, that the $70 could only buy him a handpipe for a well. The actual amount to dig a well was a lot more than that. Most of would have stopped there, or thinks he would have stopped. He didn't. He had put his courage and compassion for Uganda. He kept going, one small effort at a time. And something unexpected happened. His news spread from his family to his neighborhood, to his school, to his village, to his nation, and finally to the world itself. What happens when the world humanity stands with a 6-year-old boy who just wants to build a well? At the age of 7, Ryan reached his money. And you know what? He built it. He built a well in Uganda. First, he had nothing. Money, power, resource, age, not even a great plan. But he had kindness, empathy, and courage to do it. With all that, he got the whole world itself with him. And it led to the formation of Ryansville Foundation in 2001. A small dream that generated from kindness and humanity. And it's still bringing millions of people around the world fresh water. Hello everyone. Welcome to the show. Today I'm here not to talk about Ryan or Ryansville Foundation, to share some small thoughts about the miracles of small things in life. Ryan's story reminds of something that we often forget, that this world doesn't change when we do big things, but it changes when millions of people choose to do some small things in their life with an extraordinary intention. And when these acts come from kindness, empathy, and courage to care, it creates ripples that could move through families, communities, nations, and sometimes the whole world itself. We talk about kindness like it's soft, it's optional. But actually, kindness is a force, and empathy is a technology, one of the greatest humans had ever invented. It lets a person feel the pain of another person, even if their life is not like this. It lets a 6-year-old boy feel the thirst of a child continents away. It makes us act without being asked. A small doing is never actually so small. It's a spark, a signal, a seed that placed gently in the world, and every seed knows how to grow. You know, these values are should be grown from our childhood itself, and the ones who lay foundation for that. Behind every child who had changed the world, there is someone who first showed them what care looks like. Parents and teachers don't just give instructions, they give examples. When our parents give forgiveness to a mistake we do, or when they show kindness, or when we experience when our father helps a helpless person, the smile that generates from that person goes directly to our heart and tells our mind the importance of it, the goodness of it, the effect of it. And when this child experiences this again and again and again, these values automatically starts to grow in his mind. When equality and respect enters the stage, the world automatically starts to improve. When a person thinks that I matter, you matter, we both matter, and we all are equal, he starts to give others a value, show respect, kindness, helps each other. And when the whole world thinks like that, the world automatically starts to improve. When we touch the water in a pond, there will be some circle formation, and that circle will go to its maximum area. That's called a ripple effect. Or small doings with great intention is also like that. It could move through minds to minds to and minds. And when minds connect, when we care each other, movements begin, communities will form, and it helps the world in a better way. Sometimes, the hardest small thing to do is simply posting long enough and imagining what someone else might be carrying inside. A human small act, words, hearings could heal a person alone. Imagine a boy who had been living in lonely for a while with a lot of pain. You just go to him, tap his shoulders, present a smile, and just ask him, "How are you? Are you okay?" By that time itself, half of his problems would go, and a small bud of peace had already started to grow in his mind. If you take 10 seconds to understand the situation before reacting to something, most of our problems would have been gone by now. When we get very angry to a person, to both us and him, the peace will be lost. But instead of reacting like that, just try to understand the situation, his feelings, and if you could, just try to forgive him. To both you and him, there will be peace. Our human mind is so small. There's no need to put any anger or rivalry in it. We should give hope, have hope, and live in this world like ions. After all, at the end of our lives, we are only remembered for these small doings, the smile, the time, the belief we offered. Do one small thing today. Smile at someone, help someone, thank someone. Maybe your small doing might become the world that someone else brings hope from. Remember, this world doesn't change when we do big things, but it changes when we do small things with big-heartedly. Thank you.